Hello, everyone. I'm Michelle Morgan, Executive Director of NiUG International, the IMIS Users Group. I wanted to take a moment to do our next podcast on Did You Know? This is going to go over some of the key benefits of membership that we have here at NiUG, the IMIS Users Group, so that you're aware of what exists and how we can help you as an organization to grow your use and get your return on investment out of your IMIS product. So stand by and we're going to go through some quick hits on some things you may not be aware of. First, let's just dive in and say, did you know that we started in 1996? The IMIS Users Group was a local group that got together. They were all IMIS users and a few solution providers that wanted to help one another, that had issues with IMIS or concerns or things that they needed help with workarounds for. And those individuals came together and that started this organization. So back in the 90s, they first started getting together and we became a full organization, nonprofit, in 1996. So we are an independent IMIS users group. What does that mean for you? Well, we have a great relationship with Advanced Solutions International, the developers of IMIS. However, they do not run the IMIS users group. We are independent of ASI and we have 3 staff members of NiUG, myself and 2 others, Dell and Tina, and we run the users group along with a plethora of talented individuals that are volunteering for the organization as well. We're here to empower you as an IMIS user so that you can be more successful and get that return on your investment that you need in order to be what you need to be for your members. So our motto is and always will be, share, compare, and become more aware. Become more aware of what you can do with IMIS and how other users can help you to enhance your use of IMIS. So bear with me as I go through some did you know topics and let you know some key vital information that you need in order to help become more successful with the IMIS product. Did you know that our membership is at the company level? You do not have an individual membership. The membership that you're paying for, if you are already an active user or active NiUG member, the membership that you're paying for is available to all of your staff. So anyone who is using the IMIS product that is employed by your organization, or even some of your volunteers, can have access to the benefits that we have to offer. That's huge. That is a huge amount of income that is saved, revenue that is saved for more important tasks and things that your organization needs to do to be successful to your members. So let's talk about those. We do have the company level membership. And by that, I mean, it's based off of your IMIS user licenses. So we have just gone through a slight dues restructure. So many of you may or may not notice that your dues have changed slightly. And we have started off the levels of membership much lower so that we are able to have a much better price point for those who have fewer users of the product within your organization. So if you have 1 user license, you now have the ability to join NiUG at $99. And then it goes up from there, depending on how many users you have. So please be sure to stress to your fellow coworkers that the NiUG users group is available to all of them. Okay, the more people we have utilizing IMIS to its full extent, the more successful you will be. And you will end up being able to produce a lot more and get a lot more on your return for the the costs that you have associated with the IMIS product. So be sure to check out our membership if you're not a member and you're watching this, just to find out what we do have to offer. So next thing I wanted to chat about is, did you know that NiUG has 1-hour webinars and they are free, complimentary to our active members? That is not complimentary just to you. That is complimentary to every staff person in your office. We do not only offer technology or technical webinars, we offer training at NiUG for everyone across the board, whether you are in fundraising, your finance, your membership, your events. We have topics that will help all of you. And what better way to further your education and make you more aware of what you can do with IMIS than take sessions that are free to you and learn about them. So you're tagging on to what you already know from the existing product and making yourself much more beneficial to your organization and being able to offer them different ideas and ways to utilize IMIS. So go to our homepage at www.niug.org and you can check out on the homepage all of the upcoming webinars. We have quite a few already listed. We just recently had the show and tell webinar that covered new IMIS functionality that is coming out in IMIS EMS. Oh, and that's another key point. We don't only do training on IMIS EMS. We have years and years worth of information, and we're still training users on IMIS 2017. So don't fall victim to that. We cover what everyone's using. We don't just do training on the most current version. And that right there is the main difference between Advanced Solutions International and NiUG when it comes to education. We are training on 2017 because it's so widely used still. And we're also training on IMIS EMS Professional and IMIS EMS Enterprise. So we have stuff to offer everyone within the organization. We have stuff to offer you if you're still on 2017 and preparing for your move. We have stuff available, training available to you if you're already on EMS. So be sure to check it out. You can see, again, what is available in the way of training coming up from looking at our homepage. You can also go to events and look at the calendar. But what you may not be aware of is that that training is then available to you in our LMS. And I'm going to talk about that in a few seconds as well. So our education is available to you, but did you know that NiUG basically has a 24/7 help desk at your fingertips through its IMIS Insider community? Our IMIS Insider community is a members-only community that is powered by Higher Logic, and we will soon be moving to their Higher Logic Thrive system. So check out soon to be new functionality surrounding our community. But if you go to IMIS Insider and you join the open forum or join one of the several other specialty areas such as membership, events, fundraising, you can post your questions to any one of those communities or cross-post your questions to those communities and get an answer to your question. And we will make sure that we're watching that area to see about getting an answer to your question if it isn't answered. So if your question isn't answered, feel free to reach out to membership@niug.org and we can try and get someone specifically to help you if you're not having success with that question. Your solution providers don't get upset that you're involved with NiUG and the IMIS Insider community. You're able to ask those one-off questions that you're not reaching out to them to do because you can have them focus on the bigger picture, where your organization needs to go in the future and how to get you there. And we can help you with your immediate needs of how do I use this in events, or how do I develop a product, or run orders in IMIS? Those types of things we can help you with as well. So be sure to check out the IMIS Insider community. You just need to change your preferences to receive emails or the digest, and you can send an email directly to the IMIS Insider community and ask your questions. You don't even have to go in there on a continual basis. You just post it through your Outlook or your Google Mail to the email that's provided, and then you receive answers real time if you're set up that way, or you can receive answers by going into the digest and seeing what the answers to your questions are, whatever your preference is. So be sure to check that out. We also have a help area in there. So if you have an IQA report that you're struggling with, we may have a copy of one in the library for the open forum or one of the other communities, and you can download those. Check it out. It's a huge, huge benefit. It could save you hundreds to thousands of dollars a year in costs for having to go out to a solution provider to ask those questions. That alone will pay for your membership with just one question being asked. So definitely utilize this benefit. Next, I want to talk about, did you know that we have a product advisory committee? Our product advisory committee goes to bat for you to get changes to the IMIS functionality, to get things added to the product. So you can basically log in with your NiUG credentials, go to the resource area and click on I Advocate, which you see the icon in the corner there. Click on I Advocate, and you can post the issue that you're having with IMIS, or you can post some needed functionality that you're looking for. You would be surprised at how many users go on there and also mark that up or down as far as voting for importance. So imagine the power of a system where you can post that you need a piece of functionality in IMIS EMS in order to move from IMIS 2017 to EMS. And you can post that in I Advocate and have other users go in and vote that up. The power behind more than one person needing something is what ASI is truly looking for. They want to know that they're spending their time developing a product and solutions within the product on things that more than one person is going to need. So check it out. You also have the ability to partake in ASI's sprint reviews as well. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the ASI website for more information, imis.com. So that's a little bit about the Product Advisory Committee. A lot of people wonder, what do they do? This is what they do. They also put on webinars to introduce you to new and coming functionality that is being released by Advanced Solutions International for IMIS. So recently, I believe it was just last week, Melissa Mack and Jeff Spring got together with myself, and we did a webinar on what the cool things coming were within the new IMIS release, so that you as users can not only see what they are, but we also go through how it can help you. So we're not just telling you about it, we're showing you what can it do for you, how do you use it, how can it benefit you. So be sure to check those webinars out. And we'll talk a little bit more about education in the next couple slides. Did you know that NiUG has several ways to receive free education? Whether you're attending an in-person event and you have the ability to partake in perhaps some of our games that we have through our mobile app, and you can win education through there. Many, many times we will give out a complimentary pass to the following year's annual conference. So check those out when you are in person at some of our training. But there are other ways. We have the John Howarth Memorial Award, where you can nominate someone to receive the John Howarth Memorial Award for doing things through IMIS or for your organization or for other IMIS users, where they should be recognized for what they do. They can also receive, based on that, if they are a recipient of that award, they can receive complimentary registration to the following year's education events. So be sure to look into what we have available surrounding the John Howarth Memorial Award. Phil Roberts Memorial Scholarships, they're not just for in-person events. You can also receive a e-learning scholarship where we give you free access to a bundle of education that you'll have access to. So fill out the Phil Roberts Memorial Scholarship forms as you see emails come in from us, and check out what you can have available to you in the way of free education. So we give out at least 3 in-person scholarships to attend our annual event through the Phil Roberts Memorial Scholarship. And then we also have, I believe, up to 5 different e-learning recipients that will receive that scholarship. So check that out. And you can fill that out any time of year, but we usually will go live with that before our annual event, probably in about, I would say, maybe April, May. We'll start to reach out to you about that scholarship and the ability to receive some free education. What's next? Did you know that NiUG holds in-person events as well as virtual events several times a year? This will help your staff to get the education and training they need. How many of you are currently on IMIS 2017 and getting ready to move to IMIS EMS Professional or IMIS EMS Enterprise? We have so much training available to you to partake in, and a lot of it is free. If you attended an in-person event, you also receive all of the recordings. So not just the recordings for what you attended, but also the recordings for every single session that we offered during the actual conference portion of the event. So that could be anywhere from 15 to 25, 28 different topics that you have access to. So don't think of it just as trying to better yourself as far as the position that you're in, but maybe you are more interested in learning more about IMIS in other capacities. Maybe you want to be more educated on what IMIS can do in the way of IMIS administrative tasks. So you can take the IMIS admin type topics in our learning center once the conference is over. We also have virtual events available to you, and next year we'll be doing at least, I want to say, 3 to 4 virtual events, and those will be on different professional segmentations. So it could be membership, it could be events focused, it could be fundraising focused. So check that out next year, and we're pulling all of that together currently. In person next year for 2023, we will have 2 in-person events. We will not be offering a virtual event for those 2 in-person events. We really want everyone to know the power behind meeting in person, and COVID took that away from so many of us for the last 2 to 3 years, and we want to get back to that. The in-person events provide you with so much information to be able to sit next to another IMIS user and ask them how they deal with something. is no comparison to being on a virtual call. So definitely check out the in-person events. We will have our annual event. We are changing that up a little bit. We will be having that in August, and we'll be moving it from the East Coast to the Chicago area. So outside of Chicago, probably the Rosemont, Illinois area, which is closer to the airport, but has some amazing things to do on your time off when you're not attending sessions. The other event we will have is more technical related, and that will be in November, most likely. And that will be a 2-day event. And we may be doing something in conjunction with ASI, but stay tuned for more information on that. So again, check it out. The main difference in education, what I need to make everyone aware of, is that our education is not only IMIS EMS and the most current version of IMIS. And that's the main difference between us and the Advanced Solutions International education. They want to make sure that you have all of the out-of-the-box training needs surrounding the IMIS suite. So IMIS Rise, IMIS IQAs, things of that nature. So they want to make sure that you have all of that structured content that you need. Whereas we're focusing not only on that structured content, but we're focusing on what else can you do with IMIS? There's so many uses for it and so many ways to further your organization's mission and get more on your return of your investment in IMIS by offering different ways to do different things. So that's what we like to teach you on. And we're not only focused on IMIS EMS, we are focused on IMIS 2017 as well. And you'll see that if you check out the NiUG Learning Center, which is powered by Top Class by WBT Systems. So definitely go in there and check that out as soon as you have time. So again, with our Learning Center, it's 24/7 access to additional training. They could be also the webinars. All of the webinars that we provide to you that are complimentary are then housed in our Learning Center. So you have access to them. As long as you if you enroll into that particular session and just go through what looks to be a purchasing the product, it should be $0 at the end, just an FYI. And that should be available to you as a member, all of those webinars that are available. And you'll want to go to those if you go to the NiUG Learning Center under resources and log in. You want to go to your Learning Center for any of those previously recorded sessions for conferences that we've had in the past. Those would be in your Learning Center. So click on that orange tab and go to your Learning Center. But also be sure to check out the catalog because we have years worth of education and training available to you in there. When I say years, I'm talking all the way back to 2017, and I've archived anything else that was prior to that. So if you're looking for old education, I'm your girl. Hit me up through an email, and I'll be sure to help you out there. Okay, so next, did you know that we are an approved CAE education provider? That's right. We're also able to provide education that will help you with your ASI certification. So your certified IMIS administrator, your certified IMIS professional, there's several other certifications. Some of our education will qualify towards those certifications as well. So be sure to check those out. That's it. Those are the main things that I wanted to touch on, but I will tell you that you have a ton of other resources available to you and benefits available to you. Definitely check out niug.org and check out the resource page. It completely shows you a list of resources that we have available, what they are. But also in other areas, in the events area, you can find a list of our events coming up. If you look at the calendar, that has everything mapped out through, I think, February so far. And we are constantly adding webinars to our calendar. So always come back and see what we have to offer. And those are clearly identified on our homepage as well. Again, I hope you can see the value and what we offer. We are here to help the IMIS users, and I hope that if there's anything that you feel that we can do as an IMIS users group to help further what you're trying to do with your members, that you feel free to reach out to us. My email is on the screen. Dell is the event and marketing specialist. If you have any questions about email preferences or events coming up, she's your girl. Lady, woman, go-to. There you go. She's your go-to. And then we have Tina. Tina Patitucci is our membership coordinator. She helps with registration. She helps with webinars and moderating webinars. Anything to do with membership. Heck, if you reach out to Tina at membership@niug.org, if she can't answer you, somebody will help her and she will get you the answer. So definitely reach out to the membership@niug.org email address. It's probably the easiest and quickest way to get an answer. If you reach out to me, sure, I'm the go-to for many, many things, but I'm also the one who travels the most. So don't let it get stuck in my in-bin for a couple days. We don't want to see that. We want you to get the help you need right away. And membership@niug.org is the answer to that solution. That is it from me. I hope you were able to get a lot out of this podcast and that you can see that you can save hundreds of thousands of dollars in 1 year by having a company membership. So definitely take advantage of it. Further your education. It's free if you're a member for every single 1 hour webinar that we have to offer. And if we're in any other education, would be a discounted rate. So if you're a member, you get member rate, non-members get non-member rates. Just keep that in mind for all of the future education that we have to offer. That's it from me. I hope this was very helpful to many of you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.